60 Mark II is something that Canon photographers have been using for over the years, many professionals, advanced enthusiasts. Basically, they've been using this camera right here for numerous different things. It's been a sought after camera, though it was frowned upon after its release because of the lackluster features it did hold. It is definitely more advanced than the original 60 that was released back in 2012. If you want something that's a little bit more robust, this would be the camera to go. That's not completely breaking the bank and is just right under the 5D Mark IV. The 60 Mark II sports a 26.2 megapixel sensor, which is the exact same sensor as the Canon EOS RP. That was released in 2019. So they did port that sensor over to the new mirrorless camera. However, the features in this are actually better, in my opinion, than the RP due to a lot of different features that the RP lacked. It sports a lot of the same features that a lot of the DSLRs did back then. It has a full frame sensor. It's got a Digic 7 processor. They are fantastic for what this camera does. It even sports dual pixel autofocus and a beautiful articulating screen. The 60 Mark II was slept upon after its release because people were expecting, again, like a lot of other newer Canon cameras that have been released recently, more out of the camera, but Canon wasn't making this for everybody. They specifically mentioned that they were going to only make it those that wanted that mid-tier without having to break the bank. Again, if you want to go up to something that's a little bit higher in resolution and also in features, the 5D Mark IV would be your way to go. But again, you are paying a premium even to this day. I believe retails for roughly about $1,500, but you can get them, a lot of them now, used on the market in eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and so many other places. It has a beautiful rotating aperture wheel on the back. It's got the ISO buttons, the drive buttons all on top, just like your standard DSLR. It's got the shutter speed on top too. The only thing it does miss in lack in regards to features is the joystick. Again, because it has the articulating touchscreen, you can literally just touch your focus points on where you want, like a lot of Canon cameras nowadays. Another thing that I really like about this too is how it feels ergonomically in the hand. The way that grip right here, middle finger and the index finger on top of the shoots, I think is so comfortable, and the way the thumb sits right on the back so comfortably over the autofocus button as well. The 60 Mark II has so many good things that are going for it, even in this day and age. First of all, as I mentioned earlier, it is weather sealed. A lot of people have compared it to the 5D series in regards to how good is its weather sealing. Based on what I see in the card spot here and in the battery spot there, the weather sealing is just as robust as a 5D series. The fact that it is a DSLR does bring more durability to its long-lasting functionality. This camera is going to last a very long time, to say the least. One of my favorite things too that this camera has that a lot of the newer mirrorless cameras don't have is this right here. Now, I just like the look of how they have this set up right here, because they got the LCD on one side and they got the dial on the other side, the mode dial, on where you can actually choose your manual, your bulb, your shutter speed, aperture priority, and stuff like that. So all in all, this camera is a bargain and a stellar camera to this very day in 2024. I highly recommend it to anybody. And again, if you're rocking any of the older EF lenses, you're getting into this game, it's a good starting point to get solid specs all around, both photo and video. Again, not super high end, but you're getting a good solid 1080p up to 60 frames per second, and you're getting a good solid 6.5 frames a second in photo when you're in viewfinder mode, and I believe it goes down to about 3 if you're in LiveView. Fantastic for portraiture, landscape, editorial, and a lot of other similar photo and video type projects. I would even bring this on a wedding. Because it is a DSLR 2, it rocks the LPE6N battery, which is the same one that the Canon EOS R and the Canon 5D Mark IV do rock. I'd bring this to a wedding. Would I rock this camera professionally? 100%. And I think for, like I said, starting out or doing it long-term professionally, you're not going to be really disappointed with everything that's in this. I think this is going to be exactly what you need for exactly what you want. Again, this is like that middle of the road, perfect, you know, camera for an all-arounder, to say the least. But yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments, what you think about this camera. I think this camera still holds up today in 2024, and I highly recommend it to anybody that wants to get one. But that's it for me today, guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the rest. All right, take care. Peace.